Greenline, the leaders in hybrid technology in the pleasure boat sector. We're lucky enough today to be on the Greenline 48. This is the coupe version. I'm Rowan from Eyachts, and let's have a walk through this vessel. As you can see on the roof here, we have quite a large array of discrete solar panels, 8 in total, bringing a maximum capacity to just over 2 kilowatts of solar, which in turn is recharging the batteries on board. This vessel can come in various options. This is the coupe option, or you can have a flybridge should you wish to have it. When taking the coupe layout, you get a lot more solar up there, but you can also have an opening sunroof as well, depending on your needs. But let's go, jump on board, have a look through and point out all the key attributes of this vessel. Now, as we see up here, we can have quite a nice lounging area with a cocoon sort of bimini top on board to protect you from the sun. As we make our way further aft, you'll see we've got a nice wide sidewalks, good safety up high. And as we take our 2 small steps further aft, now we're greeted by bulwarks, which are a great height. And also, for any different boarding situations, we have an opening side door. Classically capped with teak handrails, really adds the nice touch and colour to the side of the boat. Outboard either side, we have fashion plates to give that classic look, and also structural integrity for the roof. As we're about to step down the platform, I really want to note this boat is ideal for all sorts of people. We've got 2 small steps that take us onto the platform, and as you'll see, this whole level is all on one level, keeping the safety and no trip hazards. Now we're on the platform, and as you can see, a very large surface area. This particular one has a fixed platform, but you can opt to have the hydraulic up and down. Some other features that you can have is a lovely wet bar on the rear here for barbecuing with a little sink. Great area for entertaining when anchored out on your favourite bay. You will see we have a little window here, which you'll see later on. We can have a crew cabin storage area, which is an abundance on this boat. A couple other little features you can have is sun awnings off the rear here to add extra protection or privacy. All right, making our way back into this cockpit, you are immediately basked with the 4.8 metre beam. This is a large beamy boat and you immediately feel it. Great for entertaining. We have a thwartships seating area, large dining table, which you can have built-in cup holders here, which look really snazzy. Complement this with a few directors' chairs and you've immediately got dining for 8 to 10 people. As I said, storage is an abundance on this boat, and in the rear here, under this seat, you have access to another storage or utility room. Also, it can double as a crew cabin, which for our Australian market probably isn't that necessary, but you may wish to have that extra bed should you have an overflow of guests. Who wouldn't want to be out on a boat like this? No one is ever isolated. You have a galley here, which is completely open to the rear cockpit and also to your saloon and helm area. This bar area is lovely to set up as a buffet table, place your drink, or just an extension of your galley. We have a large window which opens and closes to make this an open area. Bifold doors, which give you a large access way into the interior, and as I said earlier, this is all on one level, so this is great for all ages and safety, of course. So let's come inside and see the interior fit out. There's several options with the Greenline range of colour schemes. This one here, you can see they've opted to add the lines through the timber, which just adds that extra bit of class and detail, but you can have it as a straight dark floor, and we've got different colour schemes for the timbers. As we walk into the galley here, you can see we have imitation stone, and the small detail of having just a little lip here allows for things not to roll off when you're trying to use this area. Induction cooktop, we have sink and a larger sink, great for preparation of your meal. A couple of nice features we have here. We have a bin here, which is accessed from the outside when you're departing the boat to throw it away, but also through your food preparation. If you're chopping up your vegetables, you can slide it straight off into this food scraps bin, which is emphasizing Greenline's environmental consciousness when building their vessels. Storage throughout the galley is vast. We've got overhead cupboards, we've got drawers and cupboards below this galley area. But like all Greenline vessels, we love having full-size refrigeration and freezer space, domestic size, and above the fridge we have a convection microwave oven. We don't need a generator on this boat. Thanks to this amazing amount of solar up on top, this can power through inverters and lithium batteries and keep everything fresh and cold all day. As we take another couple of steps forward, this is another key point of difference on this boat. We have a massive underfloor storage locker. This is going to be great for all your pantry. You can also have a washing machine down here. But for those people who are wanting to have extended times on board or coastal cruising, this is a great place to have stowage of all your dried goods and belongings on board. Something that's gaining massive popularity is launching your boat out of Europe. These boats are built in Slovenia, which is between Croatia and Italy, and the small slither of coastline is called Portoroz. Now that's where Greenline delivers their vessels and we take delivery of. So if you have an adventurous spirit and you want to take time and cruise Europe, why don't you reach out to us at Eyachts and we can explain this in more detail. It is a very simple way to spend a season, 2 seasons, maybe more, cruising Europe before shipping your boat back to Australia. The reason why we believe in this concept and doing it is the homeliness these boats offer. You don't need to have big generators and lots of fuel to run. These boats have lots of solar on board, lithium batteries, inverters, which allows for you, your family and loved ones to spend extended periods of time on board, just like being at home, but on the water. With a large lounging area like this, we can seat obviously 6 to 8 people around here. Cupboard space, as I mentioned in the galley, is quite large and vast, and it continues through the boat. We have quite deep pockets here. As I said, a pop-up TV behind and power points all the way around, doubled with USBs. The interiors can be customized to your preference. While this boat is the Silver Oak, Greenline has a lovely range of interiors, hard and soft, in their beautiful sample box, ready to be viewed. Now, talking about layouts, we have here with the hutch and the TV, there are several options here. We can have couches and side tables. Once again, something to discuss as we go through the build process, which is really fun. Stepping just a little bit further forward, we are now at the helm area. One small step up and we have a very comfortable and large helm area, perfect for 2. The timber steering wheel adds to the classic touch of this modern trawler style vessel, and everything is very ergonomically placed. We have 2 large Simrad screens. These are the 16-inch versions, and then we have our engine display further down, and obviously all our switching. Cruising along on the 48 is quite a pleasure. We have a very comfortable helm area, as I mentioned, a little footrest down here to stop the fatigue on your feet on a long adventure, but also when maneuvering, have a large opening door on the side. Now this is great for when you're docking and maneuvering. We have great visibility up and down the starboard side, but we're also looking straight back. I can see the stern. You can have cameras that point straight down as well to give you a full aspect of the end of the boat. Bow and stern thrusters definitely make this boat a breeze to maneuver, but with your twin engines, once again, it's a nice luxury to have, but why not make life easy for yourself? Visibility moving forward is once again really good. We have 2 large windows in front of us with windshield wipers, and of course we're looking straight onto the bow. Cruising along comfortably in a semi-displacement mode, this boat is highly economical, and we can also achieve nice top end speeds while also cruising slow at a more economical fuel burn. The furnishings on board are superb. As you see, the boat's finished off here at the helm area with faux leather, but you can also see as we walk around that little handles and pieces have also got a nice leather accent. A very large storage locker is below this helm, which is perfect for all your navigation needs, binoculars, charts, so on and so forth. Another large cupboard dividing up and a drawer above. Now, this is where we have a transition from As I said, our single level living down into the cabin space. Now as we make our way into the accommodation space on 3 easy steps, handrail to port, which is quite comfortable, and now we are down into the accommodation space. This vessel is a 3-cabin boat. We have 2 symmetrical cabins on either side. However, as we come into the starboard cabin, we have 2 beds here, 2 single beds, which can come together. We have reading lights, power points with USBs, both USB-C and A, as the transition will happen. We have large cupboard space. So in each cabin, we have great hanging space, plus drawers below, and also large hull windows. Natural ventilation and light is always very important. So we have an opening window above, and as we look into the ceiling, we also have a skylight, obviously with a blind when you want to have a nice sleep in. The head height throughout this whole boat is great. It's probably, I'm 5'9", we're probably 2.5 meters tall here. Now on the starboard side cabin, this cabin has its own ensuite, which doubles as the day head. Now, as I step forward, we have our sink, toilet, mirror, storage cupboards below, opening window for ventilation, and also a great size shower. Windows, curtains for privacy, and also a teak seat in here. And once again, the touches of this boat, nice teak flooring. Now, as we go through our day head access, we're into the main foyer and over onto the port side cabin, which is basically identical to the starboard side, however, has a little bit more head height in areas. This cabin doesn't have its own ensuite, and we'll see why in a second. However, it is an option. Now, as we make our way forward into the master cabin, we are immediately greeted with vast amount of natural light, ventilation, and also huge room. To the ceiling, we have a opening hatch for ventilation, emergency access, but you can also close it up for privacy. Now, talking about natural light, you can see we have 3 very large windows in the upper area of the wall, but it's probably hard to tell here, but we are looking straight through the cutouts in the bulwarks. So as you can imagine, if we don't have boats parked alongside us, we are straight out into the ocean, getting all the natural light filtering in. In the lower parts of the walls, we have 2 opening hatches on both sides for natural ventilation. And of course, storage is in abundance once again, with 2 large hanging closets on either side, plus 2 large drawers below the bed. All very important things for those longer periods on board. All the little touches throughout this boat are noticed here. As I said, we have our faux leather handles, we have our soft walls, curtains, vinyl roof, and soft carpeted flooring. Now, we make our way into the ensuite. We have our sink, mirror, cupboard space, and toilet. Now, as we take one step further aft, we're into the shower area, which is very large. It's complemented by a teak seat, teak flooring, and of course, a shower. Now, if you didn't have this layout, this area here is the ensuite to the portside rear cabin. Now, if you have that layout, it means on this side here in the master cabin, we have our toilet and sink, and then on the starboard side, we have our shower area, which will give you in total 3 en-suites for each cabin, however, compromised in size for the 2 rear cabins. Let's make our way back to the rear cockpit and we can look at the power plant and what makes this vessel move. Now we're back out into the main cockpit. Let's have a look at this engine room. We have great access to the engine bay. It's a very large one and a mechanic's dream. So now we're on this boat. This is a traditional diesel engine. This is powered by Yanmar 440 ×2. There are several engine packages. Of course, we're on a Greenline. This could be a hybrid boat, so which would give you an electric motor for silent cruising. However, on this one, they've opted for traditional diesel. But as you can see, we have a large engine compartment. We've got plenty of room for services, of batteries, hot water systems, air conditioning, and much more. Everything's easy to get access to. We have our raw water filters, bilge pumps, and topped off by the stainless checker plating. As an engine room on a 48-foot boat, this is superb, but it can be filled up with many other options. Of course, we can have our hybrid motor, we can have gyros, we can have generators. But with Greenline's DNA, is a gyro necessary? Some will say yes, but the low center of gravity and the design, especially having such a big beam, some people will opt not to have it. So what did you guys think about the Greenline 48 Coupe? I think it's a sheer winner and perfect for the Australian market, for cruising the coast, or even taking delivery here in Europe. If you did enjoy this video, please like and subscribe. And if you would love to learn more information about the whole Greenline range, reach out to us at Eyachts and we'll run through in more detail. We'll see you in the next one.